Hey people, Liam here. Welcome back to the channel here. I've got a 2v2 game here. It's going to be between Juanmiguito and Yoda versus Soup and SWGB here. Getting the spawns and all that stuff. Oh, hit the restart button. Better not do that in the middle of a game. We've got Soup here in the green playing the Trade Federation. His teammate SmokyVenus here in the yellow, the Galactic Empire. And on the other side of things, we've got Yoda in the orange with the First Order, and then we've got Imperial Remnant here with Juanmiguito. Strong baddie civs here on this side. It's all baddies. Baddies v baddies. Quite a lot of Bordoks, these nerf boys, to go into the old nursery. First 80 food creatures here. Not seeing much else. Is there any lure kicking about for the players? It looks like there's some berries and there's a strong presence of shorefish. Some of them, like you can get a good food processor on. Others, maybe better to go for this kind of low food. I think bleeds quite well into getting like an early shipyard set up. But would be a big concern here with this Civ, Yoda, First Order, and yeah, like this troop center is going straight down. Where it's like a cycle of suffering, I think. Yoda's probably just been freshly flame trooped in a previous game, and now he's like, well, it's my turn now. So Soup's about to bear the brunt of that. And then, you know, next game Soup will get First Order and he'll be like, well, it's my turn now. You know, and then the cycle just continues. No carbon process there, just waiting for that. There's a little bit of a struggle to get the food though. He sees long distance, and at the moment he actually could have afforded his food processor to help him out here a little bit. And maybe push some of these. There's a little bit of a problem that you want to go and scout your opponent too. Could maybe just work it out based on your own spawning though, and just rally and find them with the Flame Trooper. It's hard to get that guy queued up and then get the next worker right now. But it is on the way. But maybe he set himself behind a little bit. But hopefully he can do enough damage, because he's going to come straight in here, I feel, right to this food processor, and that's going to cause some mayhem here for Soup. And Soup can't just make like a medic either, he'll have to do repairing. I think in like these smaller skirmishes, the medic feel a lot better for like repairing, well, healing your workers. It's just less micro intensive. The first one's out. Going for the power core next as well. So really delaying getting that carbon processor, and the trees are about to run out too. Still needs to get a new house as well. It's going to be a little bit tricky balancing all that. Gotta hope that the damage that you do with the flame troopers is just so much that it accounts for all this. See, look how messy things are at the moment. We still don't have a food processor anywhere. You know, we're supply blocked. Even the next flame trooper is being delayed too. So there is 2 out on the map. 1 should be hitting about now. If he ever gets there. There's 3 out now. Really a long jog that they're taking. We already got the troop center up for Soup. That's a good start. Got a big presence on carbon too. Almost how Soup feeling for food. He's not really in a position where he's going to be able to get T2 and counterattack or anything like that. So like these flame troopers, they're just hitting now. It's 7 minutes, it's still quite early in the game. In they come. We do have basic training, of course. It'd be natural on this map. Just little big food opportunities. Always going to be a bit of a gap there in the production to build basic training ahead of time. I don't know about putting the 2 out there. Ooh. Yoda did not commit. I think he could have killed one. These guys are just a little bit more tanky. I think the ultimate thing to do, right, would just be to send a medic with them as well, and then just throw about how tanky they are. Because that's when this stops, is when their health starts getting low. Oh, here's a medic. Nice. It's on the way. But he's maybe not taken enough opportunities to damage this count of the trooper recruits, because they're kind of reaching a point where they are. But he's stopped making them, though. There's only 4. He's getting a bit boisterous now. Like he's walking towards the food processor. Do we have anything happening on the other side? We got farms, man. That's a no, right? that's a confirmed no when I see some farms. Just natural T2 antics. Smokey over here with his scout just to help out here. And we see Yoda coming in again and taking a few volleys there. They really just don't take as much as the Mounties, do they? Pulling back now. Soup, on the other hand, though, is just completely... I mean, he's in T1. He's in T1 for life. I think Yoda might even be ahead of him in that regard, really. A little bit in food. Not really in farm presence, though. Really ignored all these flutter plumes. 80 food each. They don't really much look like a flutterer. I feel like a flutter plume is two quite nice words combined together, and then I look at this thing and it looks like some sort of monstrous looking vulture. I'm actually sneaking around here, trying to find some sort of angle of harassing. He's just giving himself peace of mind, to be honest, that if he sees these troopers still in the base. His Soup's nowhere near to T2 yet, right? Juan and SY are really just not optimal. SY's playing really safe. I think he's the stronger player, particularly early on in the game against Juan, but Juan's going through the motions here. And he's starting to probably think, well, where is he? He's not attacking me. You should probably expect him to be attacking him first. Getting impatient and just sending his troops out now. Here we go. SY doing the same. It's like they're going to meet in the middle here. They meet right on the cracksha. The referee here. Equal count. It looks like a better volley for these guys, but then... Oh, he's got this tank in there, though. Like, it started a better volley, but then I think the targeting just fell apart. They maybe missed that trooper on, like, their last volleys, and he stayed alive. And then these guys just continue to, like, one tap, one tap, one tap. No, come down, really. Looks like Soup's walked out of the base and just caught Yoda unawares here. Kills 2. I feel like you should kill them all, right? But these guys are so tanky. They just waddle away. Soup and Yoda hitting T2 at the exact same time. The question is, where are they in regards to everything? Wow, got the big work. Yoda's really far behind in workers, though. It looks like this is really not paid off for him. Just really harmed his T1 so much, just pulling that off. That's the thing to look at. Yeah. So good T2 for a long time. He's so ahead of Juan and he's really laying into him, which is surprising. So Soup's on his way with a lot more troopers, but I don't like this from Yoda. He's been very arrogant here, I would say. This is going to be really bad for him if he takes a bad trade because Soup's ahead in workers, right? Or is he? 24? Is that Yoda's? Yeah, 29, 24. Quite a big lead. Is lucky to get somebody on here. Oh wow, I can't believe they didn't engage yet. They're gonna tank. They actually might be a not too bad tanking option in small skirmishes, because they just don't seem to be as squishy as the Mounties. So that's worked out really well for him there. Plus the elevation bonus as well, which makes a big difference in those little tanking scenarios. Kind of Soup's fault though, you should be paying attention to troopers and looking at the centre of this map. Big elevation opportunities, right, with these cliffs, these hills. So I took that fight right at the bottom there. Not at a good angle either. Now he's gonna have to see him dropping 2 turrets. Yoda just quite content to sit there though, on top of the hill. Probably still got a lot of things in his economy to sort out. You can see him dropping food processor for these flutter plumes now. We've got Wan pushing into Smokey's base here. Smokey's actually just he's just turtling a little bit on walls here now. I don't know where his troopers are. Not really making any. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's sneaking up to T3. That's what it is. That's why he's not really making troopers. He doesn't want to waste the resources on them. He's got this mech factory. Just needs to buy some time, right? And these light walls are so damn tanky. These troopers really don't have a chance of getting in. They're really the farms that can harass them, and Wan doing his best to do so, start killing off some of these farms. Which is, if you can't kill the workers, it's just free damage, right? Farm can't hit you back. Yoda is sorting things out at home and now just rallying as many troopers as possible, trying to find an angle to get into Soup's base here. And so he might struggle a little bit. If he's not relying on light walls as Trade Federation, his base is going to feel very open because he's not got those prefab shelters to place around and build some walls. They managed to get in here with these troopers, it seems. But they seem a little bit confused in their pathing. They've walked out of the base now. That wasn't walled. They've definitely done damage to Smokey. Smokey will have to get the mech, right mech out, push him out of the base. See how Wan's doing at home. It looks like he's doing really well with his economy. With 39 workers here. Got 10 workers on Smokey now. He's kind of really in a dominating position, really. Just if he gets himself up to these workers are just blocking the strike mech out as well. He's losing farms in the meantime. That's horrible to look at. Yoda diving into the carbon. He's taking quite a lot of kills here. You can see the Soup did get up to T3. Yoda just on the way now. Soup cutting a little bit of corners there, but he's lost a lot of workers for it. Yoda at 34 workers, and Soup down at 31 now. Used to have a 5 worker lead. And now it's really on this team. They both went P3 a little bit sooner than their opponents, but economically they've suffered for it, so kind of have to swing it back by doing some damage, but I just don't think they can. Looking at Wan's base already, he's still got 2 strike mechs out, adding on a second mech factory, much stronger economy. It's 2 CCs, he's going to be feeling quite content to just spam out mechs here. And keep that aggression onto Smokey. Smokey does have a fighter out here on an air base, just a little bit of a differential, but you know, he did start with a rush. He's got 2 troop centers, very easy for him to make anti-air troopers to defend himself. On the other side of things, I don't know if there's some green fighters heading Yoda's way. Doesn't much feel like it. See any movement on the minimap. This strike's going to show up here, but again, Wan is just ahead in every regard, and he's going to be making war center upgrades for his strike mechs too. And that damage will slowly start to show here. That Soup kind of getting over here for some reason. Maybe they're trying to take advantage of the air here. There's already a turret there been built by Wan. I don't know if it's the best turret though. It doesn't really cover what's so important. I think it'd be better to have just gone here and here, and that would have covered everything. Mostly. I'll cover some of these guys on the outskirts, but you can drag them into the range when you garrison in your command center. So it might feel smidgen vulnerable here. Maybe I'll sort of cover them, actually. Gonna work out in the end. They're alright. These strike mics just getting in a position, and not sure what's happened to well, he went on the other side, so it's a little bit of a you attack me, I'll attack you. Not too intent on defending for strike mics. And he might come out ahead here. Oh, some good differential grenade troopers, and he's not looking. Second shot's gonna land. Oh, just dodged it at the last second. Bomber's a good option here though in this kind of scenario, because you're both multitasking quite hard. The bomber is just it's a checkmate really. At least you can work out which strike mech it's tasked on and run it away. And it looks like he's gonna set his sights on Soup now. Well, he's still policing these strike mechs out of his base. On the other side of things, it looks like Soup's got a lot of air together here, but you can see Yoda did get himself up to T3, he's got his 2 turrets, he's got a handful of anti-air troopers as well to cover his ore workers. And Soup's going to have to work quite hard to get kills here with his air. It's going to be tricky for him when Yoda's, or Mehcalode rather, is in the back of his base here killing off his workers, forcing a mech destroyer here. Yeah, Smoky not really able to help out right now. Smoky's at real risk of just really falling behind. I feel he's been when I've watched him lately, he's really been postponing his like second command centers and stuff, and that feels like regression as a player in my eyes for him. Like, this is not a good look. Like, he's gone double mech factory. He's almost playing this like it's a 1v1. But even in a 1v1, like, you need to be in a really commanding position with momentum to like pull this off. Because his opponent's double command center, he's just going to be able to replace the workers and then go ahead of you by making those extra workers too, when you're trading back and forth. Yeah, this is okay at the start of T3, when you're in a real commanding position, but he's going to need that CC. He's building ore on turrets as well and stuff, and look how many, like, if he took all his units and he moved across, that would be good for him. He needs to be doing damage really. Because he has a good split. It's a couple of grenade troopers and the mech destroyers. His opponent's not really been on air either, which is usually be a good counter to this. Like a bomber, you know. The way to push that out of your base. And you're coming in here with a lot of strike mechs. There are mech destroyers, but he's star stacking around them. Bombers came to help out as well, which is great. Yoda has to spend a lot of time actually just microing here, rather than, you know, doing things at home. And at the same time, Smoky's actually attacking him as well, and he doesn't have any mech destroyers yet. Yeah, Smoky has so many units that I feel like he really needs to be attacking. Juan's a bit of a boomer as well. I think he could do some good damage if he did attack him. And that's 63 workers to 30. It's complete reversal of the numbers there for Juan and Smoky. And that's what I mean. Unless he's attacking like right now, it's trouble. Real risk of getting completely outscaled. And just sending the strike mechs here. I really would like to see him just grab everything and move across. He's been mining ore for a while as well. It wouldn't even be terrible for him to just move across, build a fortress, and then just sort of boom behind that, right? And that'll really slow Mehcalode down. Yoda pushing these strike mechs out with his own. There we go. There's some stuff rallying across now. Just feels a little bit too late. I feel like Mehcadode's got a lot of time. He's been on this ore with like 10 workers. Like, he could probably make a fortress at the front of his base. And that would really completely shut down this kind of push. He's got 2 mech destroyers out now as well, and he's got a lot of his war center upgrades. He's quite ready for this. 2 mech factory production too. It really had to be like a 5 minute ago kind of thing, showing up with the grenade troopers. And building momentum off of that. Don't really have anyone getting into the center of the map yet. But see them taking the trade there, but if you look in the center, tons of Nova. And they're all quite good civs for, you know, spamming that. Works out a little bit quite even here as well. Nobody's an air civ. They've each got like a good master civ. It's like, you know, evil masters without air. Not that typical archetype. There could be a lot of like assault mech spamming in this game. If they'd gotten into the center and picked up that Nova. I think it would be a real big winner here. In terms of T3 would be like Remnants getting into the center and just going like mass Shadow Trooper. Like at that late T3, early T4 kind of spike. I think that could be quite dominant on a map like this. Smoky looking for another opportunity to get in here and do some damage. Yoda, on the other hand, moving across here. He's done a little bit of walling of this crossing here. And building some vision in the center too. Heading across the Smoky's base. Gonna catch him unaware as well as strike mechs over here. Putting the pressure on the Juan. A bomber been so useful. Juan here sort of stopping Soup trying to build his fortress that's crossing. A lot of people just attacking anyone they feel like it in this game. I don't know if there's rhyme or reason to it, if it's strategic. It's certainly a good time for Yoda to show up in Smoky's base when he's just moved his forces to attack Juan at his, right? Good time to get in there and get some really big damage, but Smoky's weathered the storm here. He's got quite a good defensive build as well. See how it's sort of stretched like that. A lot of his more exposed workers right at the back. Sort of insulate the way. And are we really going to see? You can see some workers moving over, so maybe they're going to get into the center of things. Get onto that Nova and stuff. Smoky again, going towards Juan's base. This little wall here. Buys him a little bit of time. There's some good angles. The wall actually might make it a little bit more awkward to push these away if they're sitting, because 7 range, they can cover all of this, right? They can just sit behind the tree line and hit the workers. Real problem for them here. The kind of moments where the strike mech's just so overpowered, right? When you think about it, like in the sort of games mechanics, and if you try to compare it to like Age of Empires in your brain a little bit, they have archers that have this kind of range, right? But they're nowhere near this mobile. But they do have cavalry archers, but they tend to have a shorter range than cavalry archers, which kind of stops scenarios like that where they're completely terrorizing you from behind your tree lines. Are they like 4+1 or something like that, those cavalry archer guys? Not 6+1. It could be 6+2 right now. So we're getting set up here, and he's kind of boxing Soup out of all this Nova. And if he can get set up there in all the Nova and just spam, you know, like assault mechs and stuff as he wants, he'll be in a real strong position. Needs his buddy Juan here though somewhere, because if SY sort of rallies behind Soup here, flanking this position is kind of easy, right? Like you can get some pretty good shots here with cannons, and then you're sitting on a nice flat, elevated position too. I think Yoda should really build vision around here and try and control this as well. If anything, like a second fortress here would be really nice. Like fortress shield, and just like hold this area. I think what would be really cool as First Order too is setting up like a bit of a siege here, and then if you got like a couple of fortresses, just using like, you know, like your jet troopers to go around the back and just pick at the workers. You know, like attrition your opponent down. Please chill here in the shields. See Soup there. Is Yoda not T4? He is T4, just not really got cannon out. Awkward position for him. Just strike max too. He's actually in a shield here. This is like the god spot here for Soup with his cannon. Taking that shield generator completely away, but he's running out of like buffering forces here. These guys are not doing a very good job at clicking on this cannon. Looks like that was the idea when they walked forward. Oh, my Soup's turning around right now. He's 5v2 there. He's going to pull that cannon away. And SY is actually going to be setting himself up in 2 spots here. Stiff Temple Plan, pick up that Holocron. Could do him pretty good as well, being Galactic Empire. I wonder where we're at with workers now. I feel like the achievement stats are not so much of a lie anymore. Juan, always quite a big boomer here. Despite being so young. 93 here for Smoky. Soup and Yoda quite comparable. Yeah, fairly comparable really, aren't they? They're quite evenly matched at the moment. Could get worse for Soup. I do expect Yoda to really pull ahead. He's a lot stronger of a mechanical player, right? But the way that he's played this game, he's kind of made it more difficult for himself, I would say. What he did to his tech level 1. Wow, and just a big surge of heavy strike mech here from Remnant. Getting out onto this position, and that's why he's sort of spread himself thin a little bit here, because he's got Ice sat here and helping Soup break out of this position. Immediately kind of getting punished for it here. Like he's come over and he's kicked at the Wasp Hive and he's not wearing any protection whatsoever, and the Wasps have all come out and annihilating him here. Gonna get some walling here, but he's pretty underprepared as a Galactic Empire too, where he gets his heavy upgrades so much cheaper. I don't see either. I don't see heavy strike mech, I don't see heavy mech destroyer. He's still in T3. Oh no. He's on the way there, but then these guys, this is a bad time. I actually think this might be the end for him here. Yoda doesn't even need to do much over here, he just needs to not die. And Juan's gonna bring it home. I want to get that fortress up, can rally cannons and start knocking this down as well. Not sure he's shooting the mech factory here though, while getting mobbed. SY is just not really, he doesn't really have an economy. Does have 5 command centers, but like, yeah, everyone's garrisoned inside, sleeping. Soup going for a little bit of an air raid here with some legacy fighters with a fast fighter upgrade. Just improve their DPS a little bit here. Still in range of this turret though. Some really good spots over here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just out here and stand ground. That's about it. It feels like Yoda and Soup, just not much resources being poured into this. I don't know if they're just dirt poor or what. Yoda looks like he's trying to set himself up for something different there, getting onto that Nova in the centre. He's having his forward sort of chipped away. Soup going to get in a very good spot here with his cannons too. It's probably like that deceptive moment where the elevation makes this look like it's more further away than it is, as you can see the cannon shot starting to hit it. Because I feel like it's about 10,000 miles away from these cannons, but they're hitting it nonetheless. And that's without the range upgrade too. And Juan did his damage here to Smoky, kind of cut the legs out from under him, and he's heading over now. See if we can do help Yoda out. He could probably one-tap these cannons, to be honest. Like, just walk up to them and shoot them. Could be a smart move. He seems to be trying to get past them. It's maybe not the best into about 10 mech destroyers. Oh no. It's times like this you just have to check though. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I feel like these are all dead of tracking. It's researched. Because this is walking past them now. So many missed shots. They're all gonna be like completely battered, right? I'm just like every shot blown up, blown up, blown up. And down they go. Yoda does lose this position, but he's getting set up here again. And Juan, you know, while that's all going on, he's still doing his little bit of his march here. Got a lot of infrastructure, a lot of units out. Still a really good economy for himself. He's going to be in the strongest position here in this game, and he's not even had to play the center. He's just playing his opponent and punishing him. Look at what the resources he's going to grab in this situation as well. Even infringes on this Nova. Smoky's in some real big trouble here. Look at this Nova in the center though. So maybe Soup can get in a commanding position here. They can push Yoda back into his base and he can come over and help. And Smoky can maybe leverage on this Nova in the center to stabilize. But it's a really big push here from Juan. If Juan's got his purple laser beam as well, this big count of mech destroyers is going to be a really strong push, man. The only thing he's maybe missing is just he needs to slap down some temples, bump out some masters to help with this, just convert any nuisance units away, and then he's just got like a really strong army composition. Yeah, there are purple laser beams. And quite hard for Yoda because he's playing mech into mech civ, and not really relying too much on some of the strong like troop options they've got there. This is a transport ship. I wonder what's in there. Shall we check? I've lost them. Got some workers. Sneaky. If he gets round and he makes a troop center and pumps out repeaters, that would be really good. Always a great thing to do in the late game. See how strong this is going to be. Pushing forward here. And big trade over here. Smoky calling for help, but at the same time Soup's just taking this engagement and he's losing a lot of units. I'm going to feel too hopeful in these moments. Kind of falling over like paper mache though, but really no health on them, do they? We're missing technicians for sure. Mouse. The war center upgrades he's not got. There's trooper armors, but I feel the first order just needs to be getting some of those good trooper options. They're making those boys out of the fortress or some grenade troopers or something like that. We're going for that big flame trooper push later on. Doing mech versus mech when you're like equal or a little bit behind, not good. Not gonna feel good. And Juan's just going through the motions here. Getting more infrastructure, shield generators, pushing further and further into the base here. I'm surprised to see them on the trade. They've got so much Nova here in the center. It's gonna feel like a bit of a bad move now that Smoky's base is ablaze. It's that population, that carbon could just be max right now, right? Yoda's still holding strong here on the hill. He still doesn't have heavy mech destroyers, so real hard pressed to deal with this himself. You know it's a bad time when you're making GE grenade troopers in T4. Your army looks like it's come straight out of the Darth Vader campaign. In a bad spot. Big volley for these purple laser beams supreme. Soup's about to get split too thin, I think. As you can see at that exact moment, as he starts helping out here, Yoda's pushing forward. And SY is calling GG. Apologising for his failures. And they're going to move on to the next one. Maybe they can bring it back in game 2. Oh, GG there. That's the end of that one. Second game. Oh my god, look where we are. It's the old classic. El Clasico Motherlode, and we were so close to memes. So close. Why? Why did this tree line complete? Could have watched Yoda on a water sieve ignore the access to the center, you know? Always seems to happen when they get the god spawn. But anyway, let's look at what the civs are here. We've got Soup in the red with the New Republic, and Smoky's in blue Remnant now, and Yoda is Naboo in the yellow, and then Genosians for one, Confederacy. Felt like I was in a vanilla game here with the Motherlode. God damn, these hollow spawns though, man. Like, look at this. That's OP. For Naboo as well. It's all on their side. Like, you could straight up, like, if people were walling, wall here, and then all these hollows are completely accessible for Naboo. So I wonder what we'll see here. What kind of spawn did we get? It's like, what, nerf and berries? It's a low nerf. It's looking like a low nerf. 2, 3. I think vanilla would be like 6 or something. No nurseries. No nurseries, no first order. It's all good. So Smoky tucking it his up. It's pretty much an E here now. Again. I wonder if that's affected Yoda's production. He's managed to keep up. I went to those berries quite early. He's trying to play like the conservative approach and keep his nerfs scout around a little bit longer. He went straight into berries. Bit boring T1, man. I'm gonna have to do it. Why is my game time not? Apologies, that's the worst thing ever. At least for me. Yeah. Remember the hotkey there. F11. It's Rancor country though. What were the odds? Hard difficulty? I feel like he's aggroing. Maybe hardest. He's safe. It's not working. Did I have to put a command in? I could click on it. We're going. Oh, what happened? Double Rancor in the SmackDown there. I think there's going to be not so much of a wall here for Soup. Oh no. A Rancor country. High casualties, don't visit. This is not a safe passage to Soup's base. Look at this nerd. He pulled him away with the scout. What big brain move. So he can get his wall down. He's going to do it here as well. Truly the perks of someone who started walling second in this game that's paying attention. Big brain SY. Oh no, man. Did he just lure that with his scout? So much Rancor abuse. Or maybe he dragged it there with his worker, trying to run away. That's a lot of disruption though. Man, what are these farms, man? Look like you're building a fan. These are the blades of the fan, this is the center. Oh, that's painful. What, you got 20 workers on berries here as well. Where's your carbon? 4 workers on, this is insane. This is too many workers on berries. Like, do not go over 8, honestly. Unless you're on, like, Orchard, maybe. Oh my god. All these guys need to go immediately get new employment here as carbon workers. It's gonna harm, like, the T3, I feel. Look at the idle, it's so inefficient. You got guys waiting to do the slowest food job, you know? It's not a good time. Oh my god, man. I think everyone's having a terrible time but Smoky. You need to hit Garrison to break the workers out of their AI nonsense. So 2 Rancors getting lured to the base, you're gonna have to deal with those with the command center. Slowly eco down a little bit. One's at half health. No. So annoying. Juan, you've got like no food production. Making your buildings. I guess it's dawning on him that you're gonna need like 6,000 farms. How all the other players have got their berries still sort of left because they've not sent everyone to the berry roll. Because the farmers are faster than the berries. Yoda, maybe, that's a bit of an early call. Masters. We're in T2. Nasty with the scout here. Reveals the Padawan though to deal with it. But you should know he's at least going for the holocrons. Another Rancor gonna get picked up in this game. Whoa. Where's the hardest difficulty, man? These Rancors would be so much more aggro. This is a crime. Could be slapping that. Can't believe they've not been reskinned as Tyrant as well, so that the Padawan insta dies. So 1 hollow. Get a second one. You see the one at the wall, right? Maybe he doesn't see that one near his base. No, he doesn't. Mehcalode though. Oh. That's so close. Maybe he sees it when he goes for command center later. That'd be a really nice feeling though when you're 2 holocrons up and then you find a new one right next to your base. That's good times. We got the fighters hitting here, and Yoda, luckily enough, going to be able to bail Mehcalode out because he really messed up his T1, T2. See, he's not quite there. He's got so much food now, just because he's had to make so many farms to catch up. But what he's going to find now, everything's been mucked about by those early decisions. Made all these farms, now he's got too much food production. No way to really spend it. Like the war center in his 1cc. I think the best thing he could really be doing here is he's mined all this Nova, and is just turn that into carbon and build command centers. And boom. Like, what else is he really going to do here? Good T4, I guess. T4, get Fortress, make shield to Geos. The true strategy. And Smoke again in the center. He loves some trawlers. Get on that. I don't see this much these days. To be fair, I don't see Motherlode a lot anymore though. But even when we did, I never saw people actually take advantage of this. It's always been the big brain move on Motherlode. Is that Yoda with it? Whoa. What's in it? Going for the hollow? Is he gonna lose this? I don't even feel like Smokey's paying attention. He got his Padawan out though. I'd be like, delete your wall. I must get it. If he waits for another transport, that's shocking. Smoke up to the wall and tap them, delete it. We'll get them. They're huge, man. Hollows in the boot. Huge. Soup looking pretty chill at home. He's got Fortress too, which is interesting for New Republic. Don't think the best unit out there. Like say Rebels. I think he's built this in like preparation for like Knights or something. I don't think it's a good move though. Even if there was Knights coming. I think it'd maybe be better to just hold the ore. And just use it as you need it. And then if you see them on the way, or you scout it. And then drop the farm. There's not really anything good comes out of it. So. Got a gate here. Pick up another hollow. Fire's gonna aggro on him, but it's low DPS, but he's walking, getting pushed away. They managed to kill him. Unless like Yoda's fighters can get there in time. That's why it does see him ahead of time completely with his sensors and his transport as well that he's walked past. Just get on top of him and focus down. It's what, 3 more volleys? Nah, he's delayed it. Yoda's gonna get on him now. Not a great time for Smokey there. It's all looking a bit quiet now, but Smokey just getting free reign to build all these trawlers and stuff. And then Yoda getting free reign to get all these holocrons and probably rate the Nova higher. He's looking here, he doesn't see the anti-air boats. But kind of ignoring them a little bit. Not great though if he loses his air supremacy as Naboo. Kind of really on him to go T4 now and do some damage with that, right? Because he's got the Nova for it, he just doesn't quite have the food yet. Lagging a little bit. It looks like his farms are all kind of freshly built, I think. Yeah. A lot like 200 food farms. Research center on the way. It's still kind of, it's like in the earlier windows for T4 right now as well. But do have to remember he's got 3 hollows now, which really makes it a lot easier. I mean, you can probably buy food. One, get quite a bit of damage here. That's why he waits for his own fighters to come home. And Juan's just not really looking like himself here in this game, I feel. I think he's usually got a lot more workers than us. He's just had a really bad time. And they're just now getting his third CC. That's why he's on 4. Soup's been on 3 for quite a while. And I think Yoda's been on 3 for quite a bit as well. On the way to T4. We'll see what Yoda can get done here, adding on a few more air bases. It's sort of mirroring him here with the T4. A little bit behind. I think Yoda does have about 10 population on him and then all the holocrons, right? I think Soup could do like a really big brain move if he went for like early masters here. That'd be quite difficult to deal with the air. Like what? Temples don't cost Nova as a bonus, and then you've got Temple technologies of 30% less Nova, and a lot of them are quite expensive, right? You can definitely get those big ones out of the way quite quickly, easily. Get a couple of masters on top, and like maybe take away the power core, convert an air base, steal the air bases or something like that, and just cause mayhem. Force a lot of garrison and stuff. That way, kind of sweep the legs out from under the momentum of the air. And then just turret load with turrets and stuff, right? He's adding on another temple. He's getting stamina. He's maybe sort of at the back of his mind, but I don't feel like he's prioritizing it very well, you know? Because I'd want to see like a transport ready, like in a good position or something. Then like rally 2 masters over to it, just and then you just drop over here, right? For safety. You just make it across the terrain and then you wander over, invisible. Good fortress here from Yoda though, which should be very helpful if that does happen. You can make those bounty hunters instantly. That's a nice new thing as well for doing the Mehcalode fishing. You make the harbors. And Soup T4, Yoda's T4 already. Fast Fighter should be finishing soon, right? There it is, shields 4%. Armor on the way as well.
Where's the trouble?
See if there's any other upgrades getting done. Not seeing them as such. Soup on the other hand. He's thinking about it, right? He's still 2 temples though. So like I'd like to see transport and 2 masters built first, and then just get your techs, right? While you're same idea of what we do with like a trooper recruit, it's trooper rush. Failing the map. Because it's idle time, you know, getting from point A to point B, where you could just be researching. And that means you hit so much sooner. Because if like 2 masters are walking in like about now, that's really annoying. Like just as you've moved out on the map with all your air, and then like this really annoying units in your base now, like stealing your stuff, you'd be, you know, pretty disorientated by that. And it affects like all the micro and everything that comes at this point. And then Soup could have something that scouts for him, and then he knows where to put his air, because he has much less air. See, now he's going in, but like, Yoda could realistically, making interceptors, just defend this off with his airbase production. If Yoda had lost his airbase production with the Masters here, that would really affect his ability to defend himself. He's over here in Smokey's base at the moment. And Juan, you know, he's having a tough game here. He's trying to catch up economically. See how easily he cleans that up with just making the interceptors. We still, I don't think we have Masters at all yet, fortunately. We've got some of the upgrades for them, but alas, nothing. So Yoda's just kind of doing what he wants now. And what he wants to do is get Mehcalode into the game. His team's going to be in a much stronger spot. A lot of batteries covering this one. Like that's excessive. Look at that. 4 batteries, 2 turrets. Just on the carbon line. Pretty good interceptors as well as remnants, right? Get your armor, you get efficient manufacturing, and then you get your plus 10 health, right? Whatever it is. A little bit more HP. You've already got the 2 air bases too. If Soup and Smokey can stall things out and get the trade set up, the holocrons won't matter too much. Right now they're huge. Huge for Naboo getting all that extra. He's actually never gotten this one. Oh, this one out here as well. Damn, man. I thought you'd put like a CC here, and you would see it. He went here and then he went over here. About the trade, but Juan doesn't have control over this spot. Let's hamper that a little bit. I think Yoda could be like really posturing a bit more with his air. He doesn't necessarily need to be in their bases, but he should see these spaceports, right? Maybe not. It'd be good if he was over here and just camping them. Because that's their only real way to catch up to his holocron income. Just them getting trade. Kind of guarding Juan like he's worried that Soup's going to come over here and kill his workers. Soup's kind of worried about him. He's just running around with interceptors. And I think everyone now is just chilling out and adding workers on and researching stuff, and not really much happening. Archers should have maybe thinking about Crusaders or something. ACs would be pretty good on this map. Like slow AC push. Turn your extra Holocron Nova into ore. Build turrets and stuff. Smokey's starting to move out a little bit here. He's thinking about forward, but so is Juan. And once again, the Rancors forever causing problems on this map. Smokey gonna see that and move back a little bit and make us forward. Right top of the hill. Strong castle position. That's an interesting one, covering the spaceports. I don't think I've ever really seen anyone control the center and then like AC round the center. You know, like pushing people's bases from there. That'd be pretty strong. If you've got like anti-air boats and cruisers and stuff. Be quite cool. Wouldn't be too hard to do, right? Just crawl around that way. They got the buildings here, but not really much units, just 2 strike mechs at the moment. Pretty basic upgrades so far. And seems looking to play. I think he's playing into Yoda's hands here. He's going into mech destroyers, and then Yoda's just making 3 fortresses. I feel like 3 fortresses to me is just it's prep for Crusaders, right? Especially when you're going to see all these mechs. Honestly, I think he's just gone Jedi in here. Played that kind of game against one another. How many interceptors are left? This is still get crushed by Naboo attackers as well. Naboo got some cheap attackers too. Let's cut over the fighters here. Bait the interceptors forward. He has so many interceptors at home as well. They could just bring them in this army and just fight. He wins really. Yeah. We can sort of see the timeline already, right? He gets out of his base, he moves up with his mechs in a good position, the Crusaders run in, everything dies. Seen it many times. Milan is still just struggling to get things together. Zico's in a good spot now, I would think. It looks okay, looking around. It's just like, where's the units? He's lost his infrastructure here, he's rebuilding it over here. Just needs to pump out the units. Nothing queued up though. Got a lot of freighters at the moment. Is he like thinking about just going like Built Max? Like the only explanation for me. Army with upgrades. Technicians don't have advanced redesign yet. There's a couple of things to get, and then it's not nice to be strong against Remnant right now when they don't have their masters and stuff. Oh yeah. How could this have happened? Who could have possibly predicted this moment? Uh-oh. Yeah, he's Naboo. So, I feel like every game I've watched of Yoda as well as Naboo, he does this, so it's like... This was the most predictable thing ever. Just lock the gate. We've got a lot of heavy strike mines. Oh no. Well, yeah, a lot of heavy strike mines out, but his power core is exposed here. This guy needs to be a hero and make a prefab here. With a little ion slow. It's buying time. It's the most useful it's ever been. Right here in this moment. Look at it go. Situationally, OP. Oh, I missed on that last shot. There's a lot of them. I think they'll still perform quite well. He's not microing very well though. Put them up. I think the split up benefits suit greatly here. It could go pure strike mix and counter here. I think that would force attackers, in all honesty. Probably his best move, really. Wow, we've got an AC just doing what it wants over here. Well, it's got some cannons out, but not really anything at the front. Like, where are the units? Didn't make assault next. There's very little queued up. He's making too many. He's just going to make all of his population merchants, and I worry for him here. Smokey's taking advantage of this. He's going to get into a very good position. And when Juan actually makes some units to fight him, he might find that he can't do anything about the position. And I mean, he'd be able to kill the spaceports from behind the carbon here with cannon. That's not a good time. Smokey needs to get out there, man. He's to punish him. The Crusaders have just ran past him, have they? You would chase them now. You see, there's moments like this make Crusaders look really, really strong, but you kind of not make enough units to deal with them, is the real answer here. It's only a handful of strike mechs. Like if you match them with the same amount of strike mechs, you win. And all you have to do is just move back a little bit and like fan out. Because they've got to run from one target to the next target, and their AI needs to complete that cycle as well. It needs to realise it's killed something and then it needs to attack something else. Ranged is OP in those scenarios. Mass AC as well. Like I think against Navugo's and airstuff here, you probably better just play air. AC interceptors, turrets, and then you completely counter these things out. You just attack ground with an air cruiser. You could get some actually really good moments with a Civ if you think about it with the ion thing. Now, you imagine getting your units slowed into AC shots, you'd be raging. You'd be DMing John talking about how overpowered it is. As that happens to someone. Delete the slow. It killed all my masters. See, this should feel like a bad moment for Nabu. We need a bit of micro. So you're letting them walk on top there, man. You need some shield set up as well. Once these are shielded, it's like you've countered out the like entire buff of the Crusaders. So yeah, that's not a good trade for them. Because like we need to move the units up, get in a good spot, build the shield, build some turrets here, crawl forward, and like Yoda should be forced into attackers, I feel, right now. Selmec. He got all the upgrades for his masters, though. I've not really seen them. I would certainly say absolutely not to any master. Ugh, assault mech shenanigans. Everyone's chilling here, but these shadow troopers are just gonna get into any assault mech shenanigans. Man's gone from having a really good game to a really bad game here. Soup has given Yoda a lot of time to get things together. Like, he could have even just ran in with these. You know, and only turn back when there's attackers, so these assault knights got them. A lot of mech destroyers popping out, but these shadow troopers didn't work. Not even elite. But I can just get on top of them in their minimum range and do some just good consistent damage. Mainly just the meat shielding that's the biggest impact. They actually don't seem to do too much with all that. That's sort of later game armor. Not health really, they don't have the third armor. Shields. Yeah, they don't do too much, it's just the whole meat shield thing. Crusader is going to come in here. A lot of actual heavy strike mechs already for Smokey. He's in the shield though. I think he's going to be fine. This help mechs might do some good bonus damage in as well. A few shots off. It doesn't help that these guys are shooting at MD right now. What the hell could? Did he click on a unit or something? Why are they still desperate to shoot the strike mech? Dude, this is just not microing. That's it. I don't know if he's like really intent on saving all his cannons here. He has a lot of them. But he's gonna lose everything now. Juan surging forward. Duke on the other hand needs to have like a bunch of cannons out. There's two here, this one's blocking him though. Great. It's a damn moment, man. Oh, they made it through, have they? Just barely. Like, these can be getting shelled, and I don't think Yoda can really do anything about it. Yoda needs like 40 attackers, man, to go and like move into this while he helps Juan push back here. And super a lot of interceptors, and I wonder where they are off to. Probably off to the trade, right? I see some A-ing of the trade, but not in Juan's side. Kind of vulnerable on one side. This could be devastating for them, especially for Juan, who's built pretty much nothing, but it might actually be doing him a favour though, because he makes too many workers. 212 again. Only got 38 population to make units. And Yoda looking a bit sparse at home. No attackers to push these strike mechs away. Trying to make MD, that's not it. They've had a big trade against the interceptors. And they've done quite well to get the countdown. Let's lower the DPS quite a lot. We could just rally over a few more now. What is the speed they're moving at? Is there a pummel somewhere? Is this what it looks like when you don't have like P3 speed or something? Yeah, like on an assault mech. Juan's really going forward with these Crusaders though. It's such a good combination when they get on top of you. A lot of MD, a lot of Crusader. So Yoda and Juan do at least have this win condition now. Soup is still, it's taking him a while, you know? He's got to kill all these fortresses. He's had a lot of time to shoot them, man. And they're still chilling. They're not even been shielded. Juan really getting on top of Smoky's base here. He's trying to stall now. Building some walls. Can he upgrade his walls though? That's empty research center. We're desperately trying to kill off the cannons. Could be converting them in the boot. Fortresses will stand for a little bit longer. More cannons on the way. This one not make cannons? Trying to make an AC, use pop. It's unfortunate. Like the sooner this goes down, like the sooner you can just really smash into Yoda's base and give them like a win condition, right? Smokey's in trouble here. have like really any army, just a few strike mechs. A lot of infrastructure back here though. He's got a shield, needs to rally out a lot of MDs though. Or assault mechs. You're getting a lot of time to get things back. He really needs to get that blooming speed upgrade, man. It looks cursed to me, it just doesn't look right. If I put it on like 1.5, I feel better. 1.25. Feels a bit more pleasing on the brain. Whoa. What do you got? The attacker's on the way. This side. A big split map. But Yoda's not getting punished too much. We've got one fortress. A lot of assault mechs now. Where are the masters? I like this too much. I feel like he needs to be focused here. Because he was the win condition this side. Smokey got a lot of these walls. He should have upgraded them. Just stalled a lot longer. He'd be on shields by now. Could win this with cannons, I think. You micro the cannons on the assault mechs. Oh no, they're stacked. But they're not. They're on like not on aggressive, are they? Are they on like stand ground or something? He just realised. Because that was such a gift. Yeah, he got a lot of them there. After that, though, I think Soup just needs to go at him and just keep making MDs. Go, go, go. Keep moving forward, man. He's taken away his ability to make Crusaders as well, which was the big problem unit. Oh, come on, SY, you can get more than this, surely. Another shield. Spread your army out. Stand strong. And then maybe Soup can bring it home here. They're marching in. They should do okay against Crusaders, I think, with their projectile. Their Pierce. And a shield. A good choke here. So definitely should favour Smokey if you can get rid of the Crusaders in time. But on the other side of things, Soup is pushing forward. Masters are revealing themselves from Yoda now. I don't know if the Masters will be too troublesome though. He's got a lot of MDs here. 7 damage. Just need some sentry posts. Some shields. There's 5 though, I can get on top of these cannons, maybe convert the cannons. Focus down the shield generator. But they can't take all the cannons, which is kind of a problem. The sensor posts, no, power core. Did he focus it down, or did they do it on its own? Yoda resigning after that, he can't stop his attack. Juanmiguito's attack fell flat as well and they're just giving up. Oh man. Soup slowly edging the win there. I think Yoda got given a little bit longer than he maybe should have, but I'll end things there because my doors just went, so enjoy the content, bye.